Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. So, what have I? My birthday is on Monday. Monday, March the 4th is my 24th birthday. But that's okay. But last year when I first started my channel, I did a video called 24 books I want to read before I'm 24. So this video is me rewatching that video and seeing if I read the 24 books I wanted to read. I honestly can't remember any of the books that are on this list, and I actually might have read none, which is embarrassing, but we're going with the flow. It is what it is. What am I gonna do? So I'm gonna watch this back with you guys and see if I read any of them. And there also will be a follow-up to this video going out on my birthday, which is 25 books I want to read before I'm 25. To get the video out as soon as possible, just so I can then hopefully read some of them, because I am so nervous to do this video because I honestly believe I haven't read any of them. But we will see. So I'm going to write them down, so what I did read, what I didn't, and we'll kind of go from there. Is Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. So I haven't read Shadow of the Gods. Reason being, I don't have one. Funnily enough, it's actually on my March TBR for Ramathon. Whether I get to it or not, I don't know. But that's not a good start. I honestly believe I haven't read any of these. It's I love the Faithful and the Fallen series. I love the Faithful and the Fallen series. It's one of my favourite fantasy series of all time, without a doubt. And I love John Gwynne as an author and as a person. And I don't know why I haven't read Shadow of the Gods. I don't know. Right, book 2. We're good. So book number 2 is Jade City by Fonda Lee. Funnily enough, again, Jade City is on my TBR for March for Ramathon, which is no excuse, I know. But I just haven't got round to it because it's such a well-loved series. It scares the shit out of me that I'm not gonna like it, which is no excuse because I probably will like it. But I haven't read it. I haven't actually ever read anything by Fonda Lee, funnily enough. So it's quite embarrassing. That's 2, and we haven't read either. So carry on, book number 3. I'm really excited for, which is City of Brass. City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. We have read City of Brass and I loved it. It was a 5 stars. It was a really, really good book actually. I really enjoyed it. I want to carry on with Kingdom of Copper very soon. Maybe in March, who knows. But I absolutely loved City of Brass. It was a very, very good book. When did I read it? I read it for my Kindle video, my Kindle wheel video. So if you haven't watched that, that will tell you my opinion on City of Brass. Okay, at least we've got a book. I mean, it's only one book, but it's something. But yeah, and it was a 5 star. So happy days. Is the Well of
read it.
Ascension. No, I started it. I read half of it, and I don't think I went into a slump, or a readathon started, or something. I enjoyed the Final Empire. I enjoyed the part I read of the Well of Ascension. I have no excuse as to why I haven't read it, other than I haven't. I'm noticing a theme with these witches. They're all massive. Like, I'm pretty sure they're all like 500-page books. So if this is a rolling theme, then I'm fucked. Because if I'm being honest, last year I didn't read many big books. And this year I've not really read many big books. Currently this year all I've read is romance. But I really do want to be a Brandon Sanderson girly, do you know what I mean? But I just can't. They're so big. They're so big. And the Well of Ascension is massive, and then the Hero of Ages is even bigger. So I feel like that's why I'm putting it off, because even though I really enjoyed the Final Empire, and I enjoyed what I read of the Well of Ascension, I know what's coming. I know what books follow, and they are huge. They're massive. Oh, okay. Book is Obsidio by Amy Kristoff and Amy Kaufman and Jane Kristoff. My guy, I read this in January. I read this in January to finish off the Illuminae files, and I loved it. It was amazing. I think it's a 5-star series. I think it is. And I've been putting Obsidio off for years. I read Gemini at the beginning of 2022, and I read Illuminae like 2018. And I've been putting off finishing the series for years, and I finally finished it this year. My guy. And it was amazing. I love it. If you haven't read the Illuminae series, I really recommend it. I also really recommend the audiobooks. Chef's kiss. The next book is The Power of the Orange Tree by Samantha. Yeah, nah. No. No. Nope. Zilch. Not even touched it this year. And currently have no plans to either. Again, it's massive. That's what's putting me off. Maybe I need to remember that when I go into making my 25 books for Un25. Don't make them massive books, because you won't read them. It's probably a vibe, to be honest. I'm still very much interested in this book, because it is such a popular like fantasy book, and I do see myself as a fantasy reader, so it would be nice to read it, get my own opinions on it. But it is fucking massive. Like, it actually could be up there with one of the biggest books on my TBR. It is huge. Which is not to say I'm not going to read it, because I am. I just, not right now. It's Blood and Honey and Gods and Monsters, which is no, I've not even continued this series. I loved Serpent and Dove. I really enjoyed Serpent and Dove. It was a really good book. Recommended to me by Danny, my friend Danny, and I have all intention of one day continuing the series, but I don't even own them, and that's not like me. But I will read them. I just don't know why I'd put them on this list. Is this going to be when I literally just read Serpent and Dove that this video came out? I bet it was, and that's why I put it on the list, because I was like, you've just read it, you loved it, carry on with the series. And stupid Kim goes, no, and I didn't. So but that probably explains that then, doesn't it? Ooh. Does that count? Vengeful by Vengeful. So I don't know. We're gonna put. I'm starting to hate myself and contemplate all my life choices. Yeah, I've not read Vengeful, which is stupid because it's a duology, and if I read it, it completes a series. And I loved Vicious, but I haven't read Vengeful, unfortunately. I really want to. I'm still really interested in the plot and the story and the characters and V Shop as a whole. I've pretty much read everything else V Shop's ever brought out, but for some reason I haven't read Vengeful. What is wrong with me? This is not good. 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 Yes, so this is Righteous, the second book in the Black Hawks series. Black Hawks I read for Bookopoly 48-hour edition in 2022 and I loved it. It was great. Really fast paced, really funny, my kind of fantasy, where it is humour but quite dark humour, but still really funny, really easy to read. And I was like, bang, love it. Okay, it's a duology, let's finish the series. Did I? No. No, I didn't finish it. I want to. I have every thought in my head that I want to, but I think I am at the point now where I'm going to have to reread Black Hawks before I can read Righteous, and that just adds so many complications that I'm just not doing it right now. If I'm in my fantasy era, like my funny fantasy era, fine, but right now I am in my romance era, so it won't be happening. And I'm determined to hit 100 books this year, and I'm not going to hit 100 books by reading chonkers like that. It's just not a vibe, to be perfectly honest. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So this is number 10, unless we're counting Blood and Honey and the other one as 2. Then this is 11. But I don't know which. So we're just going to go from there. Okay, next one. I've tried reading this book. Have I tried reading it twice, or have I only read it once? I think I've only tried to read it once. And like, it was good, but it wasn't ninth house good. So like, I will read it just because it's another series to finish off. And I got halfway, I'm pretty sure, and then I just kind of went, meh, I'm bored. Be seeing ya. And I could just very easily say I've DNF'd, but that's too easy, so I'm not saying that. But I do still have full plans to read Hellbent, just when I'm in the mood for it. That's kind of my vibe for the year. Are you in the mood for it? Yes. Read it. That's
what to read is
my overall vibe. And if I'm not having the vibe, I'm not going to read it. Catch my drift? I'm glad we're on the same page. Now, I have a very good reason for not reading this book. If you don't know, one thing that triggers me in books is rape. Really random. I've not been affected by it in the slightest, but we all have things that trigger ourselves, and mine is rape in books. I can't read it. It makes me feel really uncomfortable reading it. And when I read Guild, there is a warning for kind of rape in it. I read it. I read Guild. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay, but I have been told there isn't as much as you go through, so I was tempted to read the rest of the series. But the problem is I'm now at is that I don't think I can pick it up, just in case. I am going to check with my friend Amy, and because she's read most of the series, she's like pretty much up to date, and see if it continues, because if it's something that continues, I'm just going to have to DNF the whole series and not read it, which is sad because I've got the really nice Waterstones editions, but I'm just not going to put myself through that. It's not worth it. So yes, I haven't read Glint, but I have a very good reason as to why I haven't read Glint. I hope that makes sense. I have read The Thursday Murder Club. Funnily enough, I have read Thursday Murder Club, The Man Who Died Twice, and The Bullet That Missed. It was that good of a series. I pretty much caught up. The reason I haven't read the most up-to-date one is because I own the paperbacks and I'm waiting for the paperback to come out, but it comes out later this year, so I'm waiting for my pre-order for that to come out, which then I will read it. And I love this series with every inch of my being. I love the characters, the plot, just everything about this book is just a bit of me. Old people solving murders, yes, but not just old people, British old people. Obviously where I've grown up around British old people, I know what they're like. They offer you food all the time, they fatten you up, they complain when you don't wear a coat, but I tell you what, and they moan so much, but I tell you what, it's going to be a 5-star series for me. The first 3 books have been 5 stars easy, and I know for a fact this last one will be too. It's just me in a book, and book is Philly Donovan Knocks Them Dead. Amazing. So I love The Thursday Murder Club. And we're back. Yeah, no. I haven't read Finley Donovan Knocks Them Dead. I have every intention of reading them again. I'm gonna have to reread. Finley Donovan's killing it, I think. But I have every intention of reading the series. I'm really into the series. I like the concept of it. It's just one of those books that's just been sat on my shelves and unfortunately I've just forgotten about. I own so many books, it's hard to remember exactly what I own. Don't get me wrong, I can walk into a bookshop and I know what I own and what I don't own. But when it comes to going, what do you want to read this month, Kim? It's one of those books that just takes a back burner, unfortunately. But I have every intention of reading it, especially now book 4, I believe, has just come out, and I own it. I have every intention of hopefully getting to that series this year, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I am still really interested in the series. It's definitely something I'm still really interested in, especially because Lala from Books and Lala hypes it so much. Obviously she has said as the series has gone on it's not been as great, but she still really enjoyed it. So it's still a series I definitely want to carry on with. It's just, yeah, it's just taken a back burner, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, I've not read Fated. I have a good reason though, which is basically at the end of 2022, I read, oh my god, what are they called? Slated, Fractured and Shattered, which is a trilogy. I really enjoyed it. I read them all literally at the very end of 2022, smashed them out in a week. Like, they were phenomenal reads. They're like dystopian, amazing reads. And Fated basically goes back in time to before Slated. And basically I got to the end of 2022 and I just ran out of time to read it. And instead of it being my first book of 2023, I just abandoned it and didn't read it. And it's now obviously been a long time since I've read that series. So I think it's just another matter of I need to reread the series to then just go straight into Fated, which I don't know when I'll do. I'll probably do it in a few years time and I'll just smash it all out the park, but it's not going to be anytime soon because I just have a lot of reads that I want to read this year for me, not because I want to finish a series, because honestly I couldn't care less. So I'm guessing editing Kim, when she first started this, didn't understand that she had to put a photo on the screen of the book cover, and she decided not to. So I believe from that clip I said Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang, which I haven't read. again, it's just unfortunately another one of those videos that just sat on the back burner, and I ran out of time to read. I had every intention of reading it when it first came out, and I didn't. And also with Yellowface, I annoy myself so much by listening and instead of having my own opinion on a book, I listen a lot to what other people think, which annoys me, and I know I shouldn't do it, but I can't help it. And Yellowface has had very mixed reviews. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't, and unfortunately for me that's kind of put me off. But I will get to it at some point, I know I will, but it's just a matter of 1, being in the right headspace, 2, actually being bothered to read, and 3, being in the mood for it. Which all of those coming at once can be very difficult for me. But we move, we carry on. Now, you would have thought I would have read this. Well, I'm here to tell you that I haven't. I had every intention of reading A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber when it came out, because I'm a big fan of, what's it called? Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm a big fan of the series. I'm a big fan of book 1 and 2. I loved it, the kind of fairy tale aspect of it. I'm a huge fan, and the cliffhanger for Ballad Never After, I was like, I can't wait for A Curse for True Love. And it came out, and I had every intention of rereading the whole series, and honestly I just never got round to it. There was always something else coming out that I wanted to read, or something else I was in the mood for, and I think that was I think this video is literally showing me my problems of how much last year I just wanted to I had every intention of reading what everybody else was reading and reading what was most popular, when I actually just really needed to read what I wanted to read. And that's why this year I'm like, do you know what, fuck it, we're reading what I want to read, not what other people want me to read, because actually no one wants me to read anything. I don't have to read shit. So by reading what I want to read, it works. And that's why I'm taking so much more pressure off myself this year and just reading what I want. And yeah, A Curse for True Love I am excited for. I do really want to get to, but I want to reread all 3, and I need to be in the right headspace for that, and I'm sure at some point this year I actually will be. So A Curse for True Love may be a book that I put on my 25 books I read before I'm 25, because I actually do genuinely want to read it. And I know that at some point in the year I will be in the right headspace for it, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. So it is probably one of the only books on this list I'm like, yes Kim, previous Kim, yes you should put that on your list. Apart from not fucking Prior of the Orange Tree. So Bookshops and Bone Dust. And I actually attempted to read this back in January, but I was finding it really slow, and I don't know if that was just me, because January was a bit of a flop. I only read 3 books, so it is definitely something I'm still really interested in. It's just a matter of getting around to it, which I have a lot of intention to do. So yeah, it was a good book to put on her, Kim, well done. But I haven't read it, literally just because I just found it a bit different to Legends and Lattes, and I don't know if I was enjoying it as much. Is it The Drift by CJ Tudor? I really love. I'm not fully like giving up on it. I have read The Drift by CJ Tudor. It was actually one of my favourite books I read for Summerween last year. I am a massive CJ Tudor fan. I will forever read everything that woman brings out, because she has yet to have a book that I haven't given 5 stars. She is a 5-star author for me. She is probably one of my favourite mystery thriller authors. She is a phenomenal writer. If you haven't read anything by CJ Tudor, I really recommend checking her out. I started with The Other People, and it was amazing. Top-notch book. But literally any of her work, The Chalkman, The Drift. Oh, what was the other one she brought out? The Burning Girls. Burning Girls is very, very popular, but I discovered her through the other people, which was a phenomenal read. Best fucking cliffhanger I've ever read. But yeah, I read The Drift.
House by Grady Hendrix.
Back for Summerween, and yeah, 5 stars. Easy 5 stars. We're on a roll, kids. I have also read How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. Again, I read this for Summerween last year, loved it. Did I give it 5 stars? I can't remember if I gave it 5 or 4. I really, really enjoyed it. I really do enjoy Grady Hendrix. He is a really, really good author. I have not given him anything low. There's not been a book he's written that I haven't enjoyed yet, apart from Horror Store. That was a bit weird. Tell you what though, it was really, really creepy. Really creepy. Don't like creepy dolls, don't read it. But it was a really good, really, really good book. I'm really excited for anything he brings out, to be honest.
Which is My Best Friend's Exorcism.
Yeah.
Everyone loves My Best Friend's Exorcism.
Canny Fault. I've also read My Best Friend's Exorcism. Not a massive fan. Well, actually, I think I gave it 4 because the ending, phenomenal. I just could not stand one of the main characters halfway through when she was being a bitch. Yeah, she was possessed, but it's like besides the point. She was being a bitch, and it just really pissed me off. But I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 stars in the end because everything else about it was really, really good. It was just being a cocky bitch, and I just didn't like it. But I know this book is very popular, probably one of the most popular ones out of Grady Hendrix books, but I really, really did enjoy it actually.
And I Two for Joy, which is a part of the Magpie Society series by Zoe Sugg.
Let's keep this going.
And Amy McLaughlin.
Yeah, no. Why would I put this book on here? What was wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I don't know. Yeah, I've not read it. Being honest, I might bin off the series. I have no intention of continuing it, to be honest. I love a YA mystery. I really, really do. Also, I was a big Zoe Sugg fan back in the day. So I am interested in it still, but again, it's another one I'm gonna have to reread the first book, and having to reread anything is a multitask.
This book is a true crime
so
story
we'll see,
by Joseph Knox.
This might be a series that I bin. No, I haven't read True Crime Story. I do have a lot of interest in still reading it though. Would still really like to get around to it, to be fair. I saw Meg from Meg Web Books read it quite a long time ago now, and I just had interest in it ever since. I think I may save it for Summerween this year, to be honest. Summerween seems to be my time that I can get through a lot of mystery thrillers and like just mystery thrillers, horrors, that kind of genre. I seem to swim through my my books when it comes to Summerween, so I think I'm just gonna wait for Summerween to come round and maybe read it then. But I've just not had the right time to read it, as I've been on and off with different genres for the past like year, so maybe we'll wait and see for Summerween. But that was the second to last book. So the final book, Do No Harm by Jack Jordan. This ever long video. Yeah, nah, I ain't read this either. Again, still really, really want to read it. Still have every intent. Do I even own it still? Where is it? What's that? I still have every intention of reading it. I'm still really intrigued by the story and Jack Jordan as an author. And yeah, I still have every intention to read it at some point. It's just having the right time for me. Again, probably another good one to read for Summerween, or anything else like that. But yeah, I haven't read it. I I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I haven't read it. And this list is horrific. So let's count. So I figured out we did count both of those books for the Blood and Honey and the other one series. So out of 24 books, we had 18 that I still haven't read. That's shocking. But I don't care. And we've had 6 that I did read. And do you know what? Every single 6 that I did read, apart from my best friend's Exorcism, I gave 5 stars. So do you know what? Yeah, there was 18 I didn't read, but the 6 that I did were good. They were high rated, they were amazing reads I really enjoyed, and a few of them are new favourites as well. So yes, I didn't read all 24, I wasn't going to, but I still made good progress, and I'm really, really happy with that. So on the up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have read any of these and what you have rated them, or if you have added any of them to your TBR just after this video and my reaction. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you all very, very, very soon for another video.